Is that enough for Santa knockout? That's actually pretty important. It's gonna be pretty close, so I'm still gonna bring in Feeny regardless.
Meet Tommy Cooleen, a name that may not ring a bell if you're new to the Pokemon battle scene. But amongst the greatest Pokemon trainers in the world, he's nothing short of a legend. Today we're diving into the pivotal turn that cemented Tommy Cooleen's status in Pokemon history. It was July 7th, 2018 at the North American International Championship in Columbus, Ohio. Facing intense pressure, Tommy embarked on a marathon, battling through 9 rounds in a format known as Swiss, where every battle counts and even a single loss can jeopardize your entire tournament. For those of you that aren't familiar with competitive battling, imagine a weekend-long contest where players are constantly pitting their wits, deceptions, and tactical genius against one another, navigating thousands of potential game states while they battle. The stakes, high. The mental toll, immense. With little time between matches, it's no exaggeration to say that making progress toward being the very best, like no one ever was, can leave players mentally and emotionally devastated. After enduring hours of intense battles, Tommy's resilience was put to the test against the meta's titan, Mega Charizard Y. A monster that single-handedly destroyed many trainers' championship dreams. This is a problem. You see, in the world of competitive Pokemon, fire types host some of the best offense pieces in the entire game, and Charizard, with its drought ability to amplify its fiery attacks under the sun, was no exception. This particular Charizard provided an additional problem though. Charizard Y was capable of setting up Tailwind. Tailwind is a move that doubles the speed of all Pokemon on one side of the field for 4 full turns. Charizard's role here is like a quarterback on a football team? No. I don't actually know anything about football. Charizard's role here is like a high-level wizard in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, wielding powerful magic and altering the battlefield to its advantage with spells that cast haste on the entire party and Fireball, dealing out devastating damage to all. With all these tools, it's no surprise then that Mega Charizard Y soared to the top of the usage charts in the tournament's elite circles. And as if Mega Charizard Y was not a formidable enough opponent, across the field waited another Colossus, a behemoth whose power could end dreams, including Tommy's of championship glory, Belly Drum Snorlax. What makes Belly Drum Snorlax a fearsome foe isn't just its hefty attack, it's Snorlax's incredible bulk, paired with the Gluttony ability. This potent combination meant that Snorlax faced nearly 0 drawback when using Belly Drum, a move that maximizes Snorlax's attack at the cost of half of its HP. Facing down just one of these Pokemon is an issue for any trainer, but together is something else entirely, and it's these types of moments where trainers can separate themselves as legends. I know some of you may be familiar with the conclusion of this epic showdown. Maybe you've seen Wolfglick's video or you heard it straight from Tommy himself. But stick around, because if you think you know the conclusion to this story already, you're going to be more surprised than anyone. So here is the stage, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with this historic moment, what you see before you is Tommy's Kartana facing down a Mega Charizard Y and Belly Drum Snorlax. Tailwind is up on the opponent's side of the field, which means Charizard will always move before Kartana, but Kartana is still fast enough to move ahead of Snorlax. Tommy is going to bring in Incineroar, which can use Fake Out, a priority move that will act before Charizard and Snorlax, but can only be used once on the turn that Incineroar switches in. Great, Incineroar uses Fake Out on Charizard, and Kartana removes Snorlax with a super effective Sacred Sword. Easy, right? Not even close. In official Pokemon double battles, Protect is widely recognized as the best move in the entire game. Protect shields a Pokemon from damage for a turn, with the only drawback being a high probability of failure if used multiple turns in a row. This move is key for strategic board positioning, and notably here, countering powerful one-time moves like Fake Out. And you may have guessed it, both Charizard and Snorlax can use Protect. For those of you tuning in, remember the journey to this day. Months of strategy, practice, and sheer will, all for a shot at glory. The stakes couldn't be higher, because for many of these trainers, every single point is crucial for earning that invite to the World Tournament, the event where Pokemon history is written. Imagine the weight on Tommy's shoulders, representing not just his dreams, but also carrying on the pride of those who helped him get this far. Every decision a step closer to glory or the edge of defeat. With the tension palpable, Tommy makes a calculated switch into Incineroar. He needs a pivotal double knockout, or he risks losing the entire game outright. There's a catch though. His opponent's protects could nullify his only chance to use Fake Out. They double protect, but Tommy finds a maneuver that can only be done in double battles. Tommy swaps out Incineroar for Stakataka and attacks into his own Pokemon, knocking it out immediately. This knockout activates Kartana's Beast Boost ability, which supercharges its attack stat, giving it the power needed to knock out Snorlax with one hit. With the stage set, Incineroar re-enters the fray. Charizard fails to double protect, meaning Incineroar takes it down with Fake Out, which allows Kartana to deliver the finishing blow to Snorlax. This was an incredible maneuver that few players would anticipate, but Tommy was different. He was determined to etch his name into Pokemon lore, and he did. Just not in the way you might think. The pivotal moment you witnessed wasn't actually the one that immortalized Tommy Cooleen in the annals of Pokemon legends. The truly legendary move took place earlier, so subtly executed that no footage of it exists today. You see, Tommy, like all top competitors, spent months strategizing for this very day. He identified Mega Charizard Y as a formidable obstacle on his path to victory.
And at the end of the day, I thought I had a really bad matchup against Charizard stuff specifically, as well as Zapdos. I thought Zapdos was one of the most annoying Pokemon for this team.
To counter this threat, Tommy's secret weapon wasn't brute force, but brain power. He devised a strategy involving Mega Latias, equipped with Psyshock, a psychic move that targets the opponent's physical defense rather than their special defense. This was a tactical choice aimed at exploiting Charizard's weak defense stat.
We just go down to something like Psyshock. Charizard were being chunked by Psyshock to somewhere like 30 to 60, depending on how bulky the Charizards were. And against a lot of those Charizard teams,
Tommy's calculations showed that it would take just 2 precise hits from Mega Latias to bring Charizard within knockout range of any Pokemon on his team. And in the preceding turn, he meticulously executed this plan, sacrificing Latias to deal the crucial damage that allowed Fake Out to deplete the last of Charizard's health. Indeed, Latias was the unsung hero in this saga. Tommy Cooleen's strategy was nothing short of extraordinary, but such storybook moments don't emerge from spontaneous decisions. They're the culmination of months, sometimes years, of research, planning, and passion for Pokemon. This turn is celebrated as one of the most brilliant in competitive Pokemon history, but the genesis of this moment traces back to the meticulous preparation long before the battle commenced. Hence, the true accolade belongs not only to a single pivotal turn, but the entire ordeal that was the battle that made Tommy Cooleen a Pokemon legend. Thanks for watching.
Pika pika.